Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen.
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Happy Mother's Day from Billings, Montana. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we are set to go here finally, as we had a long wait. Everybody's set and ready to go, and the umpires decided that they were going to have the game a little bit later. So we got a late start here, folks. I apologize, but we are set to go for our first game, our Mother's Day doubleheader here in Billings with the Billings Scarlets and the Missoula Mavericks teams on the field, and we're going to have our national anthem here in just a few moments as they are doing the starting lineups first. We'll get our starting lineups on the turn of the break. But I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there that are viewing the game and listening in. We hope that you have a nice, relaxing, and enjoyable leisure day today, because it's all about you today on Mother's Day. And the Scarlets, Mavericks getting the win yesterday afternoon against the Scarlets, and then the Scarlets would play Rapid City last night and get a tight win over Rapid. Zaski getting a great day on the mound. Michael Zaski, as he would go 6 innings with a no-hitter, and then when the next pitcher came in, there was a hit, but that was the only hit of the game against the Scarlets and the Post 22. We'll have Post 22 later on this afternoon, or back over at Deller Park as we get set to go. The national anthem is going to go ahead and happen here in just a moment. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have your starting lineups and first pitch.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash. On reserve next to Fast Trip.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network for our first game of 2 today on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers watching in out there. We're going to go ahead and take care of our lineups. We'll go ahead and start with the mound for the Scarlets. Number 16, Michael Horrell, will be pitching on the Five Valley Auto Pitchers mound. For the Missoula Mavericks, the batting order leading off will be Bo King, who's hanging out in center field. Dane Frazier will bat second. He's the DH. Caden Heydrich will hold down third base, batting third. Thomas Martin will bat fourth. He's going to hold down second. The right fielder will bat fifth. That's Connor Daniels. Batting sixth is number 5, Drew Stensrud. He's going to be the first baseman. The wall behind the plate will bat seventh. That's Andrew Clausen at the catcher position. Dayton Bay is the shortstop, batting eighth, and batting ninth is number 18, Parker Stevens, hanging out in left field. For the Mavericks on the Five Valley pitcher's mound is Brendan Hill. Bo King making his way to the mound, or to the plate, I should say, for his first of the day. For the Scarlets, leading off and hanging out in center field is Christian Michelson, I apologize. That's number 4, the center fielder. Kobe Croft will be the shortstop, batting second. Batting third as Horrell will set for the first pitch of the game. And it's going to come inside. 10:24 is your first pitch. We've got a 56-degree game time temp with a stiff southwest wind, 14 miles an hour. So it's a little breezy here as we've got to hold things down with the wind flapping out of the southwest. Here's Horrell with pitch number 2, and King's going to bounce this one right out to Horrell, and we'll have out number 1. That's going to bring us to Dane Frazier. One out, and the DH will step in. Horrell set with his first pitch, and it's going to come in over the plate for strike 1. Our umpires behind the plate, Wesley Dunn, and in the field, John Knob. So strike 1 to Frazier. Horrell will zip one in off the toe of Schabel. So for the Scarlets, as we go 1-1 on the count, Michelson, as I said, in center field. Croft at the shortstop. Batting third will be the catcher, Jackson Schabel. Andy Larson will bat fourth. He's the first baseman. At the DH, it's Colby Kimmett, number 12, batting fifth. And we get strike number 2 now to Frazier. Ethan Clark will bat sixth. He's number 20, hanging out in right field. The third baseman, number 13, Nate Dewar, will bat seventh. Batting eighth is Eric Laughlin. He's hanging out in left field, and the second baseman, John Daly, rounds out the order. Here's the 1-2 by Horrell, and this one's going to get away from Schabel. So even count for Frazier. We might see Frazier pitch. We have a 2:30 game against Rapid City Post 22. And we might see Frazier up on that Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for that game later this afternoon. That might be why he's held out at the DH and not at first. This one's going to be shot right into right field, and Frazier will be the first Maverick to load up on the bases with 2 out, with 1 out. As we go to Caden Heinrich, the third baseman. You can hear that wind on the microphone. Try not to have it up too much, but it is on my mic as well, so I apologize for that stiff breeze. Here's the pitch by Horrell, and it'll come inside for ball 1 to Hydro. Hathaway giving the signal with Frazier at first. Mavericks looking to see if they can get into action, because yesterday, both games, they would earn runs right out of the gate. Let's see if they can do the same with 1 out on the board. Here's Horrell with the pitch, and it's going to be low over the plate for strike 1. Even count to Heydrich. Heydrich, second year on the AA squad. Here's the pitch, and Hydro will have this one right into right field. The right fielder will be there. It's in the glove, and Frazier holds at first. 2 outs on the board, and it's Thomas Martin, the second baseman for the Mavericks. Martin to set in. 2 outs, and Frazier at first. Horrell with the pitch, and Martin's going to go ahead and put this one right into the glove of the shortstop. Great job by Croft to have the hops and get that one up. So the Mavericks put one on, but they leave him behind, and we go to the bottom of the first, scoreless. You're listening to Missoula Mavericks Baseball on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn and Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We are in the bottom of the first inning, scoreless here at Hertz Field, as we have game 1 for a doubleheader. Second game will be at 2:30 this afternoon over at Diller Park against Rapid City Post-22 Hard Hats. And that's a great group. I hung out and watched a little bit of the Scarlets versus Post-22 game last night. I was talking to some of their board members and some of their administrators and stuff like that, and some of the fans, and well, they are excited about being up here, and they just recently got a grant where they're going to be improving that phenomenal stadium that's down there in Rapid City that has so much history involved with it, and they just got a grant that they're going to be able to make some improvements out there. So leading off for the Scarlets is the center fielder Christian Mickelson, and the first pitch by Hill will be across the plate for strike 1. And the administrators were checking out that Diller Park as this one takes a ride into left field. Parker Stevens will have it on the bounce, and the Scarlets will load one up right out of the gate. As we go to Kobe Croft, the shortstop that had that nice little hop to end the last inning.
Kobe Croft.
So Croft will settle in. Hill with the pitch, downhill, and it's going to get away from Clausen, which will allow the runner to advance to second for the Scarlets. Looking at Hill's stats, he's 3 games, 1 that he started, 9 total innings, 5.00 ERA. He's allowed 6 runs off of 10 hits. 5 of those runs have been earned. And as I was mentioning in previous broadcasts, Hathaway in those opening games for the first month is this one's going to, Clausen will keep it blocked in front of him as we get ball 2. But in those first month of games, Hathaway doing a great job of just checking out his pitching staff as we have Clausen run out to the mound and keeping it to a strict 2-inning rotation for his pitchers. There were some that were single innings and a couple that made it a little bit further, but Hathaway keeping it a strict 2-inning rotation for his boys. Now Hill has not walked a batter. He has struck out 6 coming in to today's game. So Brendan Hill, one of the top 3 pitchers for the Mavericks, says this one's going to be ball 3 to Croft. It puts Jackson Schabel in the on-deck circle. So 3-0 on the count. Hill will adjust and puts his foot on the rubber. Here's the pitch. And now we'll get one over the plate for a strike. And sometimes, you know, for these young men, they need to have consistency in order to be great. And doing the 2-inning rotation for starting out, I mean, it warms up the arm. It gets Hathaway a look at the pitchers to see what they can do and see where they're at compared to last year if they're returners as time is called. And it's going to be fun. Like yesterday, Dylan Chalmers getting in the game and having a 2-hit game, holding the Scarlets scoreless. This is going to be a walk to load a runner on. So runners at first and second now for the Scarlets with no outs here in the bottom of the first as we come to Jackson Schabel. But it'll be exciting to see these guys stretch out, and Clausen's going to signal the field before Schabel will step in. But it'll be good to see these guys stretch out now and have a chance to stand tall. Hangus has had a couple of games where he's been able to really get going and be in there and be consistent, and he's pitched well. So Chalmers yesterday, we'll see Hill probably for a long stretch here today. As this bunt is laid down, Hill will race, and the fielder's choice will be the out at first with runners advancing to second and third, and now one out on the board. We go to Andy Larson, the first baseman now for the Scarlets, left-handed batter. Larson pitched against the Mavericks yesterday, and Missoula roughed him up just a little bit. But the talk this morning about it with some of the parents, they were excited to see how Larson did yesterday. So good things here with the Scarlets. They're only a few games in, as this one's going to be bounced out. The second baseman will pick it up. Martin will have the throw to first. That'll be an out, but bringing Mickelson across home, and that'll be the first run of the game for either side. So the Scarlets lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We come to the DH now, Colby Kimmett. He's batting in the number 5 spot with a runner at third and 2 outs on the board, or 1 out on the board. Here's Hill, and this one will be in the dirt. Clausen doing a good job of blocking it in front of him for ball 1. Ethan Clark in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch by Hill, and he'll slide it over the plate for strike 1. A little different lineup this morning for the Mavericks, as we've got Busey and Richardson sitting out right now, and a foul tip will get us to strike 2 on the count. That is just on my mic, so we're going to battle through it as the wind is coming up from behind. I'm trying to see if there's a wind block, but I apologize, folks, for the heavy wind out here. Here's Hill with the pitch, and a reach. It's going to be fair down the first base line, and at the last moment they'll call it foul, as it does play before it gets to first. So Kimmett will bat once again. He did pitch yesterday against the Mavericks for a couple of innings to finish out the game. Hill with a deep breath and the pitch. This one's hit right at Hill. He's not able to put a glove on it. It's going to go deep into center field. That brings the runner home in Croft, and the Scarlets put a run up to make it 2-0 here on the bottom of the first with 2 outs on the board. That gives us Ethan Clark, the left fielder, and a throw to first as Kimmett dives back in. Hill will check back over there at first, and now the pitch. Splits the plate in half for strike 1. Trying to see if there's a way I can stand to kind of block the wind as it's coming up from behind. Hill will stretch. And a swing for strike 2. Clausen keeping the ball in front of him to prevent the runner from making the move to second. Here's the pitch by Hill. And we'll get ball 1. 1-2 on the count. So the Mavericks will have a second game this afternoon against post 22, and then Wednesday they go back on the road, and it's a game against Helena, and Hill will strike out the batter to end the inning. So 2 earned, 1 left behind, and the Mavericks will have to put some work in. They're down 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve next to Fast Trip.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Perts Field in Billings, Montana. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there that are listening. However, this day is about you, so I hope you have a super relaxing and special day, and everybody has taken care of you. Here at Perts Field, we've got the top of the second inning with the 5, 6, 7 batters for the Mavericks on the inning. It is Connor Daniels to lead off the inning. Daniels, Stensrud, and Clausen for the Mavericks on the schedule. Michael Horrell on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and our Wesley Duns gives us the signal. Here's Horrell. And it's off the toe of the catcher for ball 1. Daniels hanging out in right field today. Had some time over there yesterday, and he's proven to be a hand over there. Left-handed, the single left-handed batter for the Mavericks at the AA level. And we're going to pitch over the plate now for strike 1. Even count for Daniels. Batting in the 5th stop. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-0 or 1-1, and we'll get ball 2. You have to stop looking at the scoreboard in the field. Pitch on the way, and Daniels will hop this one over third. Third baseman's there, but shortstop will come in and put it in the glove, and that will be out number 1. Takes us to Drew Stensrud, the first baseman, with 1 out.
First baseman number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Stensrud to settle into the box. And a low pitch will be ball 1 to Stensrud. Stensrud coming up, and he was a player that there was a lot of talk about his possibilities coming into the year, the first day of tryouts. And Horrell will put one over the plate to make it even at 1. Horrell with the 1-1. And we'll get ball 2. Stensrud has really come up and played, and I think he might have been one of the young men that made the trip to Kalispell for the AA, coming up off of the A squad for the AA state tournament last year, to be clear. This one will bounce off of the plate and take a hop into the air to get us ball 3. And that wind is just rough. Okay. So 3-1 on the count. Nobody on and 1 out. Dayton Bay in the on-deck circle. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle. And we'll have a walk to put a runner at first for the Mavericks with 1 out. That'll bring up Andrew Clausen. Stensrud at first. Clausen steps in. One of 4 catchers for the Mavericks, and he's really stepped in. Throw to first for Stensrud to dive back in, but he's really stepped up and proven his spot there at the catcher position. You have Bo King, who can catch. Trad Richardson, who can catch. Dane Frazier's had some time this year as Clausen will bounce this one down. Throw to second is made. Down the line to first, and Larson will hop off the bag, and the fielder's choice will get the leadoff runner for 2 outs, but Clausen will reach. And that brings us to Dayton Bay now with 2 outs and a runner at first. Bay will settle in. Clausen steps away from first. Horrell spending some time over there watching the runner at first, and they're going to go ahead and head back over there. And that's something that Horrell has done today. I didn't notice that too much about Larson yesterday, but Horrell has kept a pretty good eye on the runner at first as he checks over there again. Here's the first pitch to Bay. And Bay will take this one for a ride high into center field, or right field. Right fielder will run in on the fringe, have the catch, and that's the side. So the Mavericks able to put some runners on, but they'll leave 1 behind, and we go to the bottom of the second where the Scarlets lead 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Back after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Perts Field in Billings, Montana. Game 1 of our doubleheader, Missoula Mavericks taking on the Scarlets. Game 2 will be at 2:30 against Post 22, Rapid City Hard Hats. And then it'll be a ride home. Clausen with the throw to second. And we are ready to go. Leading off the inning for the Scarlets, Nate Dewar. Dewar is the third baseman, so it's 7, 8, 9, bottom of the order for the Scarlets here. As Brendan Hill stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. First pitch of the inning is going to be hit right out, bounces, and Bay is not able to put it in the glove. The runner will reach off of the error. The Mavericks did good yesterday in both games, as they were limited in errors, and that has been something that has plagued them in the beginning of the year. They get the errors cleaned up, and I think the Mavericks are going to be a team that we're going to have to watch out for in Legion baseball. That brings us to Eric Laughlin, and the first pitch to the left-hander will be outside for ball 1. Everybody talking about, Royals, they're coming back as the reigning champions, and they looked pretty tight, but as Coach Benjamin said last night when I was talking to him, these are all throwaway games. They really don't matter, but they're looking pretty good for themselves. They've gone in the last 5 outings against the Mavericks. They are 4-1, as Hill will have the low pitch for ball 3. Run at first, nobody out. Laughlin in the box with Day in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. And we'll have a walk to put runners at first and second with no outs. And the Bozeman Bucks, they're looking pretty good as Clausen heads back from his conference with Hill. Clausen now steps in front of the plate as Johnny Day, bottom of the order, steps to the plate for the first time today. Runners at first and second, no outs. Hill with the stretch. And the bunt's laid down the third base line, picked up. Hill will grab it. The throw will not be made, and that will load the bases for the Scarlets with no outs. And we swing to the top of the order.
Center fielder number 4, Christian Michelson.
To center fielder Christian Michelson. Michelson had a good day yesterday from the plate. And the first pitch to Michelson is a ball. We're waiting for our game or iScore to update so I can get Michelson's stats from his first at bat. 1 for 1 with a run, as Hill will drop this one in for ball 2. Hill steps back up onto the rubber, leans in, and Clausen will have the signal. Now the stretch. And this one's going to be popped up into right field, and Daniels will put it in the glove. The tag at third will bring the throw home, and Clausen will not be able to get the tag as it was in time. Great throw from Connor Daniels out there midway out in right field. And we'll have our first out, but a run earned by the Scarlets to make it 3-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Takes us to Kobe Croft, the shortstop, to the plate with runners at first and second and 1 out. Hill checks the runners, and now the stretch. And Clausen not able to hold on to it. He's going to track it down. That'll allow the runners to advance to second and third. And we'll have ball 1. Hill walks back up onto the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound and digs his right foot into the rubber. Now the stretch. And a low pitch will get us ball 2. 2-0 on the count. Hill sets back in. Schabel in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets with 1 out. And a foul tip is going to be strike 1 as it bounces right back at us. Gorgeous day here in Billings. Thank all the mothers out there for everything that they do. There's so many things that you ladies do for all of us. So I hope you're enjoying your day, as this one's going to get between the legs of Clausen. That'll bring the runner down the line, and the Scarlets will earn a run off the wild pitch to make it 4-0, bottom of the second, with a runner at third. And we go 2-1 on the count to Croft. Croft with a run, his first at-bat. And Clausen, it looks as though I was behind on the count as we get a walk to put runners on the corners for the Mavericks. 1 out. That brings us to Jackson Schabel. with runners at first and third as Clausen steps in front of the plate to signal the field on the out. So the Scarlets looking to maybe split the weekend against the Mavericks, with the Mavericks picking up a huge win yesterday. Dylan Chalmers knocking down batters. Runner at first is going to go. Clausen with a throw, and it's high. Runner will come home, and that will score a run off of the Johnny Day slide. And the Scarlets lead 5-0, bottom of the second. And we're 1-0 on the count. Schauble slides back in, and runner at second steps away. Hill gets the signal and the stretch with the pitch. And Hill will hide it over the plate to be strike one. 1-1 on the count. Hill now with the stretch and a high pitch to get ball two. So the Scarlets able to make some moves here in the opening 2 innings as they've earned 5 runs, 2 in the first and 3 so far. There's 1 out. Hill will have the stretch. And this one's going to have a foul shot to even us out at 2 down the first base line. Standing in the on-deck circle is the first baseman, Andy Larson, for the Scarlets. Hill now with the stretch. And an outside pitch. Clausen will block it. That'll allow the runner to come down the line to third. And we've got a full count, 3-2. To Schauble. Pace of the game a little slower today than it was against the Scarlets yesterday, as Chalmers was just standing on top, and this is going to make it ball 3, so I was ahead in the count, so it's full at 3-2 now. With 1 out and a runner at third. Clausen waiting for the pitch from the dugout. And time is called. Schauble settles back in, and Hill with the stretch. And that will walk the batter to put runners on the corners with 1 out. As we come to Andy Larson, the first baseman. And Thomas Martin coming in to check in with Hill. Clausen signaling the field with runners on the corners.
Number 18, Andy Larson.
As the left-hander will step in. Here's the pitch. And Hill will get on the outside of the plate for strike 1. Hill ready on the mound. And outside pitch will even it out at 1. That looked like it was the same pitch as the first one. But, you know, I've got the microphone and Dunn has the mask, so that gives him the right to call balls and strikes. Here's Hill with the stretch now. And that one will find the plate. 3 pitches that looked exactly alike. 2 of them a strike and 1 of them a ball. Runners on the corners. Step away as Hill checks the runner at first. The stretch. Here's the 1-2. And we'll go even at 2. A little bit of heat on that one as It slams into Clausen's glove. Wind's died down a little bit. We'll go ahead and try that field mic one more time. See if we get the sun to burn some of that wind down. And that one's going to be bounced out. Martin will have it on the hop. The throw to first will be made. That'll be out number 2, but the runner from first in Croft will score. And with 2 outs on the board, the Scarlets lead 6-0. That brings us to the designated hitter,
Number 12.
Colby Kimmett. So 2 outs and a runner at second for the Scarlets. They've earned 4 runs here in the bottom of the second to lead 6-0. Here's the pitch by Hill. And outside for a ball. Hill now. And there's been a little bit of a lag getting the pitch from the dugout. Boston's had to wait. And I wonder if that's... This one's going to be hit, picked up by Bay. The throw to first is made, and that is the side. So 4 runs earned. And 1 left behind for the Scarlets. We go to the top of the third, 6-0 Billings on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at mpsn406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's Prep Sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there viewing and those that are not viewing. Happy Mother's Day regardless. We have a 6-0 game on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with the Billings Scarlets leading the Missoula Mavericks. Chris Stratton here in Billings. And we have movement in the bullpen for the Mavericks. And it looks as though Trad Richardson is warming up out there in the bullpen. Have some other players out there warming up as well, but it looks like Trad is warming up on the pitcher's mound.
First up for Missoula, number 18, Parker.
Nope, it's not Trad as he's jogging back in with Busey. On the mound is Michael Horrell, and stepping in the bottom of the order for the Mavericks, Parker Stevens. Horrell with the first pitch of the inning. And a swing for strike 1. So Parker Stevens coming in, and he's been a great player the last couple of years. This one's going to be off the catcher for ball 1, so a 1-1 count. Battled a little bit of an injury last year, midway through the season, but came back at the end and played some tight baseball. I'm talking to some of the players and over the winter, as we'll have strike 2 on the swing. Parker was the one with the hot hand in the warehouse pitching. Good to see him be able to take off and go. And actually warming up was Jake Letner for the Mavericks in that bullpen. Here's the pitch, and this will be fouled right at Bo King, who's in the on-deck circle. So we stay at 1-2 on the count. Bo King in the on deck. Parker with his first at-bat of the day, bottom of the order. 6-0 Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch, and a swing for strike 3 and out number 1. So will swing to the top of the order to Bo King, who's in center field. And I'm wondering if Trad and Sam Casey were warming their arms up to come in on the next half inning on the field. King settles in. Here's Horrell with the pitch. And it's a high pitch in. King will duck out of the way for ball 1. Horrell. And he'll bounce this one in front of the plate. We'll get ball 2 to King. For Bo, 0 for 1 on the ground out, his first at bat. Horrell now leans in to get the pitch, and now the stretch. And over the plate for strike 1. So we go to 2-1 on the count for King. Bo is going to play football next fall for Montana Tech, following in the footsteps of his brother. He's actually going to play the same position at the corner. And King will blast this one foul to get us to strike 2. That one shot off the bat and towards that dugout on the first base line. Scarlets have the first base dugout. Scarlets and the Royals, you know, there's not much left between the two teams, and they do have opposite dugouts. So when the Mavericks play the Royals, that one's going to be a strike call by Horrell, and King will be struck out for out number 2, and a hesitation there for a moment, but Dunn will give us the strikeout. That drops us to Dane Frazier, the designated hitter, with 2 outs on the board and no runners on. Here's the pitch by Horrell. And check down the first base line. They're going to say ball 1 as Dane did not commit on the check swing. Dane with a single, his first at bat. He'd be the first Maverick to load up on the bases. And as we get ball 2 now to Dane. And the Scarlets have been limited in play due to weather. They've only had games against Laurel and Great Falls. One of their sets against Great Falls as Frazier will take this off the middle of the bat. Shortstop will come up and it goes between his legs, and Dane Frazier will reach off the Scarlets' error. Takes us to Caden Heydrich, the third baseman. So the Scarlets have been limited in their play as well. Teams getting late starts due to weather, having games canceled due to weather. It's been a longer than normal winter, but hopefully that'll allow us to have an enjoyable summer as we get ball 1 to Heydrich. I always figure the longer the winter is, the less chance that we're going to be smoked out in the summertime. But that's just my assumption on things. Throw over to first as Frazier dives in. We're keeping an eye over there on Frazier. Thomas Martin stands in the on-deck circle. 2 outs on the board, and Frazier at first. And Horrell now with the 1-0. And Heydrich's got to dance out of the way as that one was tied inside for ball 2. Game 2 today will be at 2:30 against Post 22. And Hydra will bounce this out. Third baseman can't put it in the glove. Does pick it up on the roll. The throw to first is there in time, and that will be the side. So the Mavericks get one on, but they leave them behind, and we go to the bottom of the third, 6-0 Scarlets. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the bottom of the third inning. Scarlets lead 6-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And now Jake Lettner will come in for the Mavericks and pitch from the mound. So for Hill, it'll be 6 runs earned in his 2 innings, and wonder if Hathaway is going to use this game as a 2-inning rotation for his boys once again. He let Chalmers go. Of course, Chalmers was pitching a good game, and then Hangus stood tall for 4 innings yesterday before Stensrud came in. And Hathaway might go back to his 2-inning rotation. We'll just see how things work out here, though. But Brendan Hill done on the mound for the Mavericks. So Jake Lettner warming up. We'll go ahead and get to Jake's stats. As he warms up on the mound for the Scarlets, it will be the 6, 7, 8 batters scheduled on the inning, with Ethan Clark, the right fielder, to lead things off. So Clark, Dewar, and Laughlin.
First up for the Scarlets, right fielder number 20, Ethan Clark.
And Clark will take a whack at it. Bay will have it. Throw to first is on target, and the Mavericks will put down the first batter to start the third inning. 45 pitches for
Third baseman number 13.
Hill. As Nate Dewar comes up, the third baseman for the Scarlets. And I was kind of surprised talking to both the Royals and the Scarlets parents. A lot of these teams, as this one will get away for ball, but a lot of these teams will have college players that come back. Like last year we had James Martin come back for the Mavericks, and talking to some of the Scarlets and Royals players, as this one will bounce out. Lettner will pick it up off the dirt, the throw to first, and that's out in number 2. James Martin came back for us last year, but some of the parents saying that there will not be returners for the Royals or the Scarlets. For Lettner, he's played in 2 games. I've got him down for 1 total inning. 3 runs off of no hits, all 3 earned. As Eric Laughlin steps in, and we get strike 1. Lettner's walk 3 and has not struck out a batter as we get strike 2. 0-2. That's just coming into this game on stats. Here's the 0-2 by Lettner now. And we get a foul crack to stay at 0-2. With Hill, I'm just wondering if they need to take the reins off of him and let him go. He seems like the more that he can get into his rhythm, as this one's reached for, it's going to roll down. Stensrud will have it in the glove, wins the race to the bag, and that's the side. So 3 down, 3 up, and the Mavericks hold him off for the first time. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Scarlets leading 6-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the top of the fourth inning. The Billings Scarlets leading the Missoula Mavericks here at Pertz Field. Hello everyone, Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we've got the Scarlets, as I said, on top on a Mother's Day. Hello and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Thank you for everything that you do. As we've got Michael Horrell standing on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. He's going into his fourth inning. For the Mavericks, middle of the order, Thomas Martin to lead it off. So it's 4, 5, 6 on the inning. So Martin, Daniels, and Stensrud. Horrell climbs up on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And the stretch. And that one's going to land about 3 feet in front of the plate for ball one. Martin to settle in. His older brother, as I mentioned in the last half inning, came back last year for his final year. Plays for the MCC Pioneers. That's Miles Community College in Miles City, Montana, as we get a pitch outside to even us out at 1 on the count. And Thomas will go there this fall. James is currently playing right now in the postseason of the Montauk Conference. And Martin will bounce this one out. Shortstop gets it on the hop. The throw to first is rocketed over there, and it's overthrown. Martin will stay at first and reach off of the air. So we come to Connor Daniels. The right fielder.
Right fielder number 9, Connor Daniels.
And Daniels, he's been a fun one to watch the last 2 years. His first year with the AA was last year. Is a left-handed pitcher as they're going to throw over to first, and that's been the case with Horrell. He has been trying to pin that runner at first, and that might be a project that he's working on. Outside pitch, these opening games as we go to ball one for a lot of these coaches. Are testing. Here's the 1-0. And it's a slice over the shortstop's head. That'll put runners at first and second for the Mavericks with no outs. And that'll bring up Drew Stensrud with no outs on the board. Stensrud looks down the third baseline and Hathaway just signals to step into the box. Mavericks will have their first tournament Memorial Day weekend, the annual Memorial Day tournament, as Horrell wants the pitch from Schabel. And now it will be delivered over the plate for strike one to Stensrud. But if you're in the Missoula area, folks, Memorial Day weekend, it's a Thursday through Sunday tournament. I encourage you to get down to the ballpark. The Mavericks organization does a great job of entertaining everybody. There's a great baseball that goes on as Stensrud will foul this one back into Schabel for strike two. We'll have teams. Vauxhall's coming in. That's the academy out of Canada, the Baseball Academy. They're always fine-tuned. A lot of their players are going to be going off to summer camps for professionals, college baseball as they get some pitch. But come out that weekend, games start in the morning and run through the day. They've got a great concessions, burgers, hot dogs, popcorn, peanuts, everything you'd want at a baseball game, as this one will hop in front of the plate. That'll allow the runner to go, and Thomas Martin will reach third on the slide. As we get ball 2. So the Mavericks will have their first threat with Thomas Martin at third. Szabo steps in front of the plate to signal the field, and now Stensrud steps back in. Even count at 2 for Stensrud. Daniels at first, Martin at third. And Szabo keeps an eye on Daniels over there at first. Here's the pitch, and it's high to get us a full count at 3-2. Andrew Clausen stands in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Stensrud was walked his first at-bat back in the second inning. And Stensrud fouls this one off. We stay packed at 3-2. Mavericks will host 2 tournaments this summer. The first one will be Memorial Day weekend, and then the next one will come up 2 weeks after that for the Memorial Tournament, where they remember past Mavericks. As Stensrud will foul this one back into Szabo once again, staying at 3-2. Getting encouragement from his boys in the dugout. And Dunn will point to the mound. Horrell checks Daniels at first once again. And the stretch. And Stensrud will be walked for the second time today to load the bases up with no outs for the Mavericks. And that'll bring us to Andrew Clausen.
Catcher number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Top of the 4th inning on a 7-inning game. Clausen with a deep breath with loaded bases and no outs for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And it'll come out of the glove of Szabo for ball 1. 1-0 on the count, and Szabo will go ahead and head out and check in with Horrell. And I cannot see down the first base line if there is anybody in the bullpen for the Scarlets. I don't imagine there would be, but the way that the bullpens are set up here at Pertz Field, it's actually out of field to play, kind of like in Great Falls. Here's the pitch by Horrell, and it's off the toe. Martin thought about coming down the line, but Szabo doing a good job of snagging the ball, and we go 2-0 on the count to the catcher. Dayton Bay stands in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Horrell with the stretch. And Clausen will bounce this one out. Horrell will have it. They'll throw home for the force out. And it keeps Martin from the score, and that will be the first out of the inning. Takes us to Dayton Bay with 1 out and loaded bases.
Shortstop number 1, Dayton Bay.
Bay settles in behind the plate. And Horrell with the pitch. Outside, but it looks like it did catch the plate, so strike 1 says done. 1 out on the board here in the 4th. Here's the pitch. And it'll come across the inside of the plate for strike 2. So Horrell finding his spot here. Bay with a fly out in his first at-bat. Loaded bases, 1 out. Pitch on the way. And Bay will bounce this one right to Horrell. They'll throw to first, and that'll be out number 2. Daniels will score, and the Mavericks have found their way on to the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard 6-1 with 2 outs. And we come to the bottom of the order, Parker Stevens. And the pitch outside for ball 1. Now on the count, runners at second and third for the Mavericks. They earn their first run here in the fourth to make it 6-1 on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. Here's the pitch by Hall. And it's in the dirt. Schabel will keep it in front of him. And we get ball 2. Pace of the game a little bit slower than it was yesterday, as pitchers have been taking their time to make sure they're on mark. This one's fouled down the third base line to get us strike 1. So 2-1 on the count with 2 outs. Runners at second and third. On the top of the order, Bo King standing in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And he goes back outside to go 3-1. For Parker, his first at-bat was a strikeout to start the third inning. And he'll be walked to load the bases back up. Brings us to the top of the order to Bo King with 2 outs. King jumps into the box with loaded bases. Or with the stretch. And King will bounce this one up to the shortstop. Picked up, thrown to second. And they'll have the outs. The Mavericks will leave 2 behind. They'll earn 1. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. 6-1 Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Scarlets leading 6-1 on the Fast Trip Conical scoreboard. And number 4, Jake Lentner with his second inning on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. For the Scarlets, it will be the bottom of their order, 10, Johnny Day, the second baseman. So we'll go 9-1-2 for the Scarlets on the inning.
Batting first for the Scarlets, second base.
And Lettner would go 1-2-3 against the Scarlets in his first inning. We'll see if we can do it again here. Dunn points to the mound and Lettner will throw. And he'll deal a ball for his first pitch to Day. The stretch and a pop-up over second, and Martin will secure it in the glove, and that's out number 1. Swings us to the top of the order to Christian Michelson, the center fielder.
Center fielder number 4, Christian Michelson.
Michelson to settle in his second or third at-bat of the day. As he'll crack this one into left field, Parker Stevens will backpedal, looks for it in the sun, and can't get it as it bounces off the fence. Runners around second and slams on the brakes, and that'll be a double for Michelson to start with one out. Takes us to the shortstop, Kobe Croft. Good breeze today here at Pertsfield, coming from behind me, southwest. Here's the pitch by Lettner. This one's going to be fouled back into Clausen. And we'll have strike one. Catcher standing in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets with one out. Lettner with the stretch. And this one will hop into Clausen for ball one. So an even count. Lettner waiting on the pitch from Clausen, now gets it. Pitch on the way. And Croft will have to dance as we get ball two. Mavericks on the road on Wednesday night in Helena against the Senators, a 9-inning game under the lights. We'll have Paul Yarbrough traveling with us as we get ball three. Clausen will chase it down. That'll advance the runner from second to third. And we get ball three, so 3-1 on the count. So Paul Yarbrough getting some time on the mic on Wednesday night with us as he will do some color commentary. Here's the pitch. And we get the walk to put runners on the corners. One out on the board as the catcher, Jackson Schabel, comes to the plate. Clausen signals the field.
Catcher number 11, Jackson Schabel.
Scarlets lead 6-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the fourth in a 7-inning game. Here's the pitch by Lettner, and he'll slide it over the plate for strike one. Mavericks will travel to two tournaments this summer outside of the state tournament, which will be held right here in Billings this year. Runner's going to go to second. Clausen's not able to pull the trigger as the ball hopped out of his hand as he was making the exchange. So runners at second and third now for the Scarlets as we get the ball pitched to make it even on the count. This one's tinged into the gap. That'll put it in the glove of Stevens. The runners will advance from second to third, and Michelson will come home to score. And with two outs on the board, the Scarlets lead 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. The left-hander, Andy Larson, comes to the plate for the Scarlets with two outs and a runner at third. And the pitch on the outside for the lefty will be ball one. Here's the pitch. And a swing for the strike. Even at one. So Lettner has allowed a run here. It looks like the scoreboard needs a little work over here at Perks. This one will bounce out to Lettner. He'll make the throw to first. Stensrud sticks the bag, and that will be out number three. So one run earned, one left behind for the Scarlets, and they lead 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the fifth coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of prep sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we've got a change on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the Scarlets. Horo is done after 4 innings, allowed 1 run. And now it'll be Caden Dowler to climb up on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound for the Scarlets. For the Mavericks, it's the 2-3-4 batters with Dane Frazier leading off the inning. Here's the pitch by Dowler, and it's going to come inside across the chin of Frazier for ball 1. So Frazier, Heydrich, and Martin scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks. And Dowler will find the plate for an even count at 1. And a strike 2 for Frazier. Frazier has reached off. Let me just bring up his stuff here. And a punch out by Dunn for strike 3 for out number 1. So Dewler coming in and dealing a strikeout right out of the gate. Frazier, a single and reached off of an error. That takes us to Caden Heydrich for the Mavericks with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the pitch by Dewler. Inside for ball 1. Sports Field here, they've got a cool little sports complexes. They've got baseball diamonds all over the place, Little League. They've got a park for kids to play at. There's some soccer fields over there, as this one's off the glove of Schauble for ball 2. And it's a busy day here, as they've got some Little League games going on behind me on one of the fields, and there's some on the field to the left of us. So the kids getting out on this gorgeous day. It's a little bit of a cloud overcast. Yesterday we had 1 single cloud in the sky between 2 games as we get strike 1. Today we got a little bit of a overcast. We won't be hit with any rain, but there's some big puffy white clouds in the sky. Hydro will reach. This one's into the glove of the shortstop, of the second baseman, and that will be out number 2. Thomas Martin, the second baseman, comes to the plate. So the line drive to the second baseman will be out number 2. Here's Dewler, and he'll put it outside for ball 1. For the Scarlets in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters. Here's the pitch, high, and we get ball 2. The pitch swung on, and Martin will foul that one back into his ankle, and we'll have strike 1. 2-1 on the count for Martin. Reached off an error and had a line drive to the second baseman, his first at bat. And that was to finish out the first inning. Schauble and Dewler finish up their conference on the mound. And Martin will bounce this one right back at us for strike 2. Even count at 2. count at 3-2. And now the payoff pitch. And that one will foul back where I jump. That one came off the bat and I had a little flinch. Connor Daniel stands in the on-deck circle with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Scarlets lead the Mavericks 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch. And Martin punches this one straight up in the air down the third base line. Third baseman's calling for it. And he'll secure it in the glove, and that's the side. So the Mavericks go 1, 2, 3 on the inning. Bottom of the 5th, right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy good food and good times. With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Welcome back to MPSN as we drop to the bottom of the 5th inning in a game where the Billings Scarlets are leading the Missoula Mavericks 7-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Hello and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hope you are enjoying a leisurely, relaxing day while the fathers and children are taking care of everything for you. Starting off the 5th inning for the Scarlets will be Colby Kimmett, the designated hitter for the Mavericks. It's Jake Lettner on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. So Kimmett comes to the plate for the 3rd time today. It'll be his first time facing Lettner. 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled for the Scarlets, and Lettner will split the plate in half for strike 1. Here's the pitch, and it's low and in the dirt. Evens this out at 1. And the pitch by Lettner. Across the chin, we get ball 2, so 2-1 on the count. Starting to warm up here at Pertz Field when the wind does die down. Swung on, fouled off to even us out at 2 on the count. Lettner now with the stretch. And it's bounced out. Bay will go to a knee. The throw to first is on target. Stensrud with the stick to the bag, and we'll have out number 1. Takes us to Ethan Clark, the right fielder.
Right fielder number 20, Ethan Clark.
Lettner with the stretch, and Clark will swing for strike 1. Here's the pitch. And Lettner will be low in the zone for ball. So even count at 1 for Lettner. Nate Dewar in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. Over the plate, gets a strike 2. So 1-2 on the count with 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. Lettner will pitch. And this one will be punched way up in the air, up over our heads, foul. And the batter will stay alive at 1-2. That one rocketed off the bat like a missile. One, 2 on the count to Clark. And he'll be struck out by Lettner. That'll be 2 down now in the 5th as Nate Dewar will come to the plate. Dewar holding down 3rd. Here's the pitch by Littner, and he'll go outside for a ball. Littner will nod, and now the stretch. Comes across the chin for ball 2. 2-0 on the count. 2 outs, and nobody on for the Scarlets. For the Mavericks, 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled, as we'll have one over the plate for strike 1. Mavericks will have a 2:30 game as this one's down the line. Good job by the third baseman Hydro, but he's going to have the overthrow on Stensrud, and that'll allow the runner to get to second. So the error will allow the runner to reach with 2 outs as we come to Eric Laughlin.
Left fielder number 17, Eric Laughlin.
Laughlin will settle in with a runner at second and 2 outs. Left-handed batter. And Lettner with the pitch. Outside, and we get a ball. Laughlin hanging out in left field today. Hasn't really seen too much action over there. Here's the pitch by Lettner. And Clausen keeping it in front of him for ball 2. For Laughlin, 0 for 1, walked his first at bat and a ground out his second. Lettner now with the 2-0. And it's a swing to get us strike 1. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. Runner at second takes a step away, and a swing for strike 2 to even us out on the count. So Lettner getting the left-hander to swing. Runner at second steps away. Lettner. This one's going to be just past the glove of Lettner. It's going to roll. Good job by Bay to save that from going into center field, and we've got runners on the corners for the Scarlets with 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Takes us to the bottom of the order. Johnny Day, the second baseman, and Day I should say, has had a couple of good catches as the Mavericks have had some couple of shots come off the end of the bat on a line right into Day's glove. And Lettner will have a high pitch for ball 1. (7-1) Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as Lettner will go back to first. Off target a little bit as Stensrud had to step off. For Day, he's 1 for 2, a single his first at bat, and a fly as he's going to duck out of the way on that pitch for ball 2. Looks down the third baseline and Hust with the single. And we'll get ball 3. Had a chance to talk to Hust last year at the AA state tournament and now Lettner will put it over the plate. Before one of the games, talked to him, and he's all baseball, and he is tucked in and just sharp as a needle as this one's into center field. It'll have the hop into center, picked up by King, and King struggles with it, allows the runner from first to make their way to third, and the Scarlets will earn a run to make it 8-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard here in the bottom of the 5th. Swings us to the top of the order for the 3rd time today as Christian Mickelson will bat the 4th time, center fielder, as Clausen will signal the field with runners on the corners. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's Lettner, and he'll come inside for ball 1. So Bay standing at first. Day standing at first. And the pitch down the third base line. Heydrich with a good glove on it. The throw to first is there, and that is the size. So 1 run earned with 1 left behind, and the Scarlets take a 8-1 advantage. Top of the 6th inning coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the top of the 6th inning. Scarlets lead the Mavericks 8-1. Hello everyone and happy Mother's Day. It is Hayden Brewer on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound with Connor Daniels in the box for the Mavericks. And the first pitch will be a ball to Connor Daniels. So 5, 6, 7 scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks as Dooley will deal across the plate to go even at 1. Here's the pitch, and that's going to tag Connor Daniels, and we'll have our first hit by pitch of the game, taking us to Drew Stensrud with 1 on and no outs. And Dooler will deal a high pitch for ball 1. So Connor Daniels at first with no outs. Mavericks looking to put some work in here as they're down 8-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And Dooler will put it over the plate to get us even on the count at 1. The wind died down just a little bit, so we'll try the microphone once again. As soon as I make that adjustment, the wind comes up. We're going to battle that all day long here at Pertz Field as we get ball 2, 2-1 on the count. And Dooler coming in the 5th inning. And the Mavericks would earn their first run of the game off of Dooler. As we come across the chin for ball 3. 3-1 on the count to the first baseman, Stensrud. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle with 1 on and no outs. And Stensrud will find the end of the bat as it's into center field. It's deep, it's long, and it's off the fence. That'll bring Daniels around as the throw is made, and they're going to have the brakes put on, and Stensrud will have himself a nice little double to put runners at 2nd and 3rd for the Mavericks with no outs. Andrew Clausen now at the plate.
14, Andrew Clausen.
And we've got some action in the bullpen for the Mavericks, as this one's high for ball 1. And I can't quite see who is up and throwing in the bullpen for the Mavericks, but we might see a change here in the bottom of the 6th as Clausen will foul this one back to put us even at 1 on the count. Man, it almost looks like Dane Frazier, but I don't think they'll have Dane throw yet. I think Dane might throw in game 2 this afternoon. As this one, Clausen reaches for. That's going to put it in center field. Connor Daniels will score. Stensrud's around 3rd. Stensrud's on his way home, and Clausen will have a single that'll earn 2 runs for the Mavericks with no outs. And it's now 8-3 Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Takes us to Dayton Bay. And time is called. And it was Dane Frazier and Brendan Hill out there throwing in the bullpen. Maybe they're just warming Frazier's arm up to go in. Frazier at the DH. Hust out on the mound. He'll head back. And we'll get ready for Dayton Bay. So Dayton Bay in the box. That puts the bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with no outs and a runner at first. Bunt laid down. Beautiful one by Bay. Picked up by the pitcher. The throw to first is there on time. The sac bunt does its job, though, as the runner moves to second, and that one put a runner in scoring position for Parker Stevens. Bottom of the order, Parker Stevens at the plate with one out, and Clausen at second. Here's Dooler. And Stevens will swing. It did have contact on the end of the bat. Strike one regardless. Mavericks picking up a couple of runs here in the top of the sixth as Stevens will send this one into the bullpen down the first base line. And we'll have strike two. Bo King in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with one out, one on. Here's the 0-2 to Stevens. And he'll swing back into the backstop. And he'll stay alive at 0-2. For Parker, 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk. Here's the pitch by Dooler. And Parker will be struck out for the second time today for out number 2. Swings this to the top of the order to Bo King now. Clausen standing at second. Here's the pitch by Dooler. Outside for ball 1. Schabel looks to the dugout and gets the signal. Relays it to Dooler, who is stretching. Pitch on the way. Inside for ball 2. 2-0 on the count. For King, 0 for 3, a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly. Pitch on the way. And that one will be off the toe of Schabel, but he'll do a good job to block it in front. And King will move to 3-0 on the count. We'll see if Schabel will bring one in here to get King to swing. And he'll slice the plate for strike 1. King will watch it go by. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks now. And the inside pitch will walk King, so King will be at first with Clausen at second, and Dane Frazier, and here comes Hust. I think we might see a pitching change here. No, it's just a normal check-in as Hust will put a hand on the shoulder as we get ready to go. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and it looks like we are going to have the change as Jaron Wilcox will come in. So Hust will be done as Wilcox comes in to warm up. We'll step aside. The Mavericks have earned 2. They've got runners at first and second. Scarlets leading 8-3 on the Fast Trip Conoco. Back in 2 minutes on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally owned Paradise Falls is a place for friends and family to enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week.
With a diverse menu and a fun atmosphere that includes nearly 30 TVs showing every sport imaginable, Paradise Falls is sure to have something for everyone.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Locally.
Welcome back to MPSN as we have the change on the mound. Jaron Wilcox comes in, and I've got the wrong change on the wrong side. So it's Jaron Wilcox facing Dane Frazier for his first, and it'll be across Frazier's chin for ball one. Always a tricky situation when you do have pitcher come in, runners at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning, and that's a fastball over the plate. Count that one. Caden Heydrich in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Frazier will hop this one into left field. They're going to go ahead and bring Clausen around as the throw is made, and the Mavericks will earn a run to make it 8-4 Scarlets on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. 2 outs will remain on the board, and Caden Heydrich will come to the plate with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Over the plate for strike one. So Frazier with 2 singles on the day has reached off the air. So he's been the first 3 out of 4 times. Heydrich though, 0 for 3 as he'll foul this one for strike 2. Fly out, a ground out, and a line drive to second for Hydro today. Jaron Wilcox with the stretch. And Hydro will hit this one off the grip foul. Stays alive at 0-2. Thomas Martin stands in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And Hydro will put this one into right field. Right fielder's got it in the glove, and that's a side. So the Mavericks will earn runs while they leave 2 behind. And it's 8-4 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Scarlets portion of the 6th inning right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mom, we don't know how you do it. Let's face it, the job of being a mom is so many jobs all rolled into one. You're a teacher, a cook, a housekeeper, a seamstress, a chauffeur, a motivational speaker, and even a warden. To do everything you do takes, well, a little magic. Magic Touch Car Wash wants to do a little something for you to say thank you. On Mother's Day, all moms get a free car wash. It's the least we can do to say thank you. A free car wash for all moms. This Mother's Day only. Thank you, moms, from Magic Touch Car Wash on Reserve next to Fast Trip.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN as we drop to the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Scarlets lead the Mavericks 8-4. Hello, everyone. Chris Stratton from Pertsfield in Billings, Montana. Game 1 of our Mother's Day doubleheader, with the Mavericks taking on the Scarlets in the first game, and then they'll have Post 22 at 2:30 in the second game. Want to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day. Hope you're enjoying a nice leisurely day with all of your children and husbands taking care of things for you. Parker Stevens has entered the game now on the, well, he hasn't entered the game. He'll climb up on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And since he was in left field, the DH is gone, and Dane Frazier will be in left field. Leading off for the Scarlets will be the shortstop, Kobe Croft. And Parker Stevens' first pitch will be outside on the right-handed batter for ball 1. So a defensive change with the pitching change, as this one's fouled off to even us out at 1. For Croft, 0 for 1, walked his first at bat in a ground out. He has earned a run today and has an RBI as we go 2-1 on the count on the ball pitch. Mavericks on the road on Wednesday against the Senators. Stevens will even the count out with the pitch on the side of the plate for strike 2. 2-2 on the count. Leadoff batter on the inning. Here's the pitch. And Croft will have a defensive swing, and it will be into Stensrud. He'll win the race to the bag, and that'll be out number 1. Looked like Croft was kind of more defending himself than swinging at the ball. Takes us to the catcher, Jackson Schabel. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of 6. Stevens with the stretch. And he'll go outside for ball 1. And everything that has been said about Parker this year has been huge accolades about his pitching. Everybody that I talked to about the pitching, this is going to be bounced out. Heydrich will watch it into the glove, throw it to Stensrud, he'll stick the bag, and we'll have out number 2. But everybody's been talking about how
First baseman number 18,
well
Andy Larson,
and how hot Stevens' pitches have been, and this brings us to Andy Larson, the number 4 spot batter. First pitch to the lefty is going to be outside for ball 1. But looking at Parker so far this year, 0-1, 3 games, 2 that he started, 4.66 innings pitched, with a 7.73 ERA as we get an even count at 1 on the strike pitch. 9 runs off of 7 hits, 4 of which have been earned. He's hit 5, walked 5, and struck out 3. And we'll get the outside pitch for ball 2. So Parker has had some quality time coming off of a season where he had to work through some injuries, as this one's fouled back to even us out at 2 on the count. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of 6 on a 7-inning game. Next game coming up at 2:30. Here's the pitch. And we go back outside to make it a full count at 3-2 for Larson. Larson today 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs. Here's the full count pitch, and he'll have this one blasted foul way up over the first baseline dugout, and he'll continue to battle at 3-2. It's the designated hitter in the on-deck circle, Colby Kimmett. Here's the pitch by Stevens, and this one will get Hoos to jump out of the way as that one came off the bat, and Larson checking his hand here. That one might have came off the grip. For the Mavericks, it'll be the middle of the order. 4, 5, 6 batters scheduled up in the top of the 7th, as Larson will be walked with 2 outs. Takes us to Colby Kimmett.
Needed hitter number 12, Colby Kimmett.
Kimmett to settle in. And I believe he played basketball for Billings West, and I could be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure, as Clausen will block this one in front of him for ball 1. And that's the cool thing about these high school sports athletes, is they play multiple sports. Most of them do. You get to see them elevate their game in multiple ways. As Stevens is going to have the pitch. Parker Stevens, a multi-sport athlete. He plays football, as this one will take a ride foul down the first base line to even us out on the count at 1. 2 outs with Andy Larson at first for the Scarlets. Billings leading 8-4 over the Mavericks here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And coaches encourage that. They love to see athletes play more than one sport. And there for so long it was, as we get the low pitch to go 2-1, there for so long kids were just concentrating on one single sport, and you're starting to see a little more injuries. You were seeing burnout, and kids getting away from it now as this one's fouled off to go even on the count at 2. You know, you see more and more where kids are playing multiple sports and having success at multiple sports. Injury rate is going down a little bit more, and interest is rising in sports. I mean, a lot of stuff going on with professional sports that does keep some kids out, as this one's fouled in the backstop to keep us at 2-2. But if you can get past all of that stuff that's going on in the background in professional sports and let the kids play at the level, then you see some great stuff. And we have. This one's fouled, and ooh, that one came off the fence on the dugout hard. Players up on the fence cheering on their batters. Here's the 2-2 by Stevens. And bounced out. Bay cannot put it in the glove, and that'll put runners at first and second with 2 outs, as the runner will reach off of the error.
Right fielder.
And we come to the right fielder, Ethan Clark. Stevens now with the pitch, and he'll put it over the plate for strike 1. 2 outs, runners at first and second for the Mavericks. Stevens checks the runner at second in Larson, and we'll have a high pitch to even us out at 1. Next game coming up at 2:30 against Rapid City Hard Hats, post 22. Mavericks will be making the annual trip to Rapid City for the Firecracker Tournament over 4th of July weekend. And Parker will put this one over the plate for strike 2. 1-2 on the count, runners at first and second. Mavericks looking to get out of the inning without any runs so they can get into it in the top of the 7th and extend what they have, down 8-4. And a swing, pass ball, and the throw as the runner won't even make it and make the attempt, and that will be the side. So top of the 7th, all or nothing for the Mavericks, coming up right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the 7th inning for the Mavericks as they're down to the Scarlets 8-4. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there as Thomas Martin steps in to lead off the inning. So 4, 5, 6 scheduled on the inning for the Mavericks, and it is Jaron Wilcox tossing on the mound. First pitch to Martin will be a strike. So that makes it Martin, Daniels, and Stensrud scheduled on the 7th. And this one's going to be fouled off to go strike 2. So on a 7-inning game, Mavericks down 8-4. They've got to put some work in here to extend this. Here's the pitch by Wilcox, and they can do it. We've seen them come back and put runs on the board as we get ball 1. So 1-2 on the count. We'll see if they're able to do it today. Here's the pitch. And a swing, a pass ball, and Martin's going to be able to reach as he rockets down the first base line. So Thomas Martin will start things off for the Mavericks, reaching off of a pass ball, taking us to Connor Daniels.
Right fielder number 9, Connor.
So the right fielder will step in with 1 on and no outs. Mavericks needing 4 runs to tie it up. 5 to maybe take the win into the bottom of the 7th. And Daniels will see a ball on his first pitch. Here's the 1-0 by Wilcox. And this one's fouled up over the first baseline. Even us out at 1. Here's the pitch. And it's a swing for strike 2. One on, nobody outs. Thomas Martin steps away from first. Here's the pitch. And it's high to even us out at 2 on the count. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And the outside pitch will give us a full count at 3-2. Wilcox, foot on the rubber. Martin steps away from first. Here's the pitch. And it'll be a swing for strikeout for out number 1. Takes us to Drew Stensrud.
First baseman number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Stensrud having a good game in the field for the Mavericks. Very impressive over there at first. Here's the first pitch to Stensrud on the inning, and Stensrud will send this one down the third base line. The throw to second will be made, and they're going to say Martin is out at second on the fielder's choice, and a good job by the second baseman, Day, as he picked that one up and then tripped over the bag, but was able to keep his foot on the bag and held onto the ball for the out. We go to Andrew Clausen now for the Mavericks with 2 outs and a runner at first in Drew Stensrud. Here's Wilcox with the pitch, and it's high for ball one. Wilcox will throw to first as Stensrud dives in. And I believe that Post 22 is taking on the Royals right now over at Deller Park. And Clausen into the glove, and that is game. What a catch by the shortstop, Kobe Croft, laying it out. And the Royals get the win over the Mavericks, 8-4 here at Pertz Field. We'll be at Deller Park at 2:30, folks. Tune in. Meanwhile, enjoy some Mother's Day festivities. Make sure that you're making your mom feel special. Talk to you at 2:30.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Wee!